It is just amazing. Good afternoon to everyone. I hope you all had a really good weekend. A little bit different today. I'm going to head out on an afternoon drive, something different. I'm just at Wild Dog Dam, some nice general game behind me here. So I'm going to head up to the north this afternoon, see what we can get up there. Hopefully we get a beautiful sunset tonight. And then also I've got my spotlight, so we're going to come back in the dark, which is going to be nice, and we look for some nocturnal animals. Yeah, excited to be doing something different today. So let's head out there and see what we can get. There's just one single female giraffe under the shade of this leadwood tree. It's quite a warm afternoon here despite the wind. It's not very common to just see one female by herself, but giraffes do live in what we call loose associations, which means they don't spend too much time within the same herd. They actually change their herd quite frequently, so they'll move between different herds whenever they please to. So the numbers of the herds always change. So this female might be moving towards a different herd. It doesn't look like she's got a calf nearby. But with giraffes, their herds can be spread out as well in quite a large radius. They might be a couple 100 meters apart, and that would still make up a giraffe herd. You'd still call that a herd, even though they are quite well spread out like that. They've got such incredible eyesight that as long as they can see each other, they feel comfortable with that. You often see the calves of the mothers, sometimes even 100 meters, even more, away from the mom. And if danger does come, she'll either call the baby, or the youngster will move towards mom, or her towards the youngster. It was always believed that giraffe were mute, but that's not the case. They do have various sounds they do make, and there's still a lot of ongoing studies of how they communicate infrasonically, so below our hearing, and in particular at night, over quite large distances. I've just bumped into quite a magnificent sight here. 4 dehorned white rhinos, or square-lipped rhinoceros. They're all busy grazing here. White rhinoceros are the grazers. Black rhinoceros, which we very seldom see here, are the browsers, taking the leaves. But yeah, very special to see 4 of them together. We call them a crash when they're in a herd or group, a crash of rhino. As you can see, they're all quite dark in color. Spent most of the day in a mud wallow, protecting their skin from the sun, cooling down, and they do carry thousands of ticks these rhinoceros. So a good way of removing a lot of their ticks. It's quite amazing. That one at the back there is a female with a very small calf. That calf's just been lying in the grass, resting. I didn't even see it when I came in here. The calf looks to be about 4 or 5 months old, so still very young. Incredible to have them so relaxed coming up to the vehicle like this, especially to have a mother approach us like this with a small young one. They often run away from us, but she's very relaxed. She's probably about 20 meters from the vehicle. You can see each one of these rhinos has got a different notch cut out in the ear. It's all part of research for identification purposes. Some rhinos have little ankle bracelets as a GPS, or a little chip drilled into the horn. So a lot of people have asked us why we dehorn the rhinos. It's pretty much as a last resort. See these animals being brutally poached. I mean, we've gone from a very big healthy population of rhinos in South Africa to, where we're fearing for this animal's extinction. And we'd rather see a dehorned rhino than a dead rhino. The impact of this rhino not having its horn is not as bad as people think. In a small way, yes. Obviously the horn is there for fighting, for protection, but due to this rhino's massive size, females weighing about 1.6 tons, males over 2 tons, they're able to defend themselves due to size. And in recent studies, in a lot of practical field studies, where male rhinoceros have fought for territory, there was one case where a dehorned rhino actually managed to fight off and keep his territory against a horned rhino, which is incredible. And it just shows you it's not down to the horn, but the size, the aggression, the intimidation factor by some of these big males. The hyena walking around in the background. Look at the size difference between that hyena and this male rhino. So for the first time for a while we managed to find 4 of the males all together here. You can see yawning going on, especially when it's sort of contagious amongst them. It's often a good sign that they'll get up and move. All this yawning is busy pushing oxygen into the brain. getting them ready to start their night here. They might head straight to the waterhole. We're right here at Kokmoya Dam, about 100 meters, so there's a good chance they'll go and drink there first, and then they'll move on. You can see they're listening intently. One of the lionesses is calling off to the left here, so hopefully you might get a response. They just decided to all move off. I think we're going to get a great view here as they start to drink. They're literally about 50 meters from the dam. I was hoping to get all 4 males drinking together like this, but you can't get everything. But the third male is coming in here, so hopefully we get 3 of them all in a line drinking here. Other males too interested in trying to get to the females that were roaring. Here comes the other male. That is an incredibly beautiful shot of that male on a termite mound pink clouds in the background due to the sunset. Just seen one of the females behind me here. So these males have spotted her there. Better shot than them all four drinking would be all four of them on this mound. Yeah, this female calling behind me, she's busy looking for the rest of the pride, the other females. It is just amazing. So for those of you who don't know, we've named these four males the Tintswalo males. So their coalition name from now on will be the Tintswalo males. And most of these males were born around the lodge. All four of them have spent the last couple of years regularly around the lodge, so it's where they're from. But for me, even the word Tintswalo has quite a significant meaning when it comes to them. The word Tintswalo is a beautiful word which means the feeling of love, gratitude or thanks you feel when someone gives you a really meaningful gift. And for me, these four males are lucky to be alive. They lost a lot of their siblings from both prides that they were born from. So the fact that they all four are here, strong, is something for them to be thankful for. And if you make that word more simpler, you could narrow it down to being a great gift. And the greatest gift of all might be that these four have managed to land up in a territory which the Orphan males no longer and can no longer occupy. They haven't had to fight for it, they haven't had to compete for it, they haven't had to get injured for it. So they've literally taken the easy route and just walked in here, and like we say, might have got the greatest gift, a great chance for them to start out as a young up and coming coalition. They're still not invincible. For me, they still need to grow and become more confident, but it's a great start. And as long as all four of them can stick together, I think they're going to be an incredible, formidable coalition in the future, and hopefully they can leave a long legacy behind, just like the other famous coalitions have done through this area throughout the last few decades.